Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Sane Minds. Now, today I want to talk about a topic that I'm sure many of you are aware of: the New York Times hiring Sarah Jeong, a South Korean. I think she was raised in the United States here, but she is a well known racist, at least online on Twitter. And the New York Times has defended hiring her because they're trying to say that she was counter trolling people, and that's the only reason why she was saying the things that she said, and that it's all just taken out of context. Everybody's just out to get her because she's a woman of color. She's a wealthy South Korean who went to Harvard, I'm pretty sure, and that's just ridiculous to think that she's somehow a victim here. But let me go ahead and show you some of the evidence here that is against her, and let me try and bring it all into context for everybody who might not want to go and dig through this themselves. I'm going to try and break it down for everybody, okay? So, right in front of me here that you see, where it says, as a woman of color on the internet, I have faced online hate often along this vein. Now, these are two reasons that she put up why she was counter-trolling people. And let's say if you're going to try and defend yourself, you're going to try and find the best evidence to defend yourself. And these are the two things that she decided to put up as a defense. One was that if someone said, if I saw you, I'd sock you right in your lesbian face. Okay, first of all, is that violence against a woman? I guess, yes, but that had nothing to do with her ethnicity. And then the second one is, shut the fuck up, you dog eating gook. And, right there, that is definitely a racist term. But let's bring this into context, because this is something that a lot of the liberal media won't give you. And so what you're seeing here is two of the best reasons in her mind of why she was counter-trolling people. Now, to just really quickly show you, let me find it here. Oh, it's down here. Sorry. Okay, so the Gamergate, right? This is what she was talking about. She was trying to say, that haha, sad man babies, people, they're bullshit. That her mission is that all the men, and her mission is to ruin video games and make you vacuum the living room already. You are sad, gullible shells filled with misogyny and bullshit, and you make all of humanity look bad. And then someone named Jim Russ, which is Russell My Jimmy's, an obvious troll account, said, shut the fuck up, you dog-eating gook. Now, this was not just out of nowhere, first of all, and like I said, it's an obvious troll account. We have no idea what race the person is behind the troll account, or even the gender, which is the funniest part, because, this picture is not that person. That's an obvious thing. If she believes that, then she's stupid. But this is what she's trying to say was taken out of context, or, well, her tweets, but this is out of context with the media. They're not telling you that she has been antagonizing people to elicit responses. Now, let's go ahead to some of her tweets here, where it says, dumbass fucking white people marking up the internet with their opinions like dogs pissing on a fire hydrant. Are white people people genetically predisposed to burn faster in the sun, thus logically making them only fit to live underground like groveling goblins? Then there's one down here. White people have stopped breeding. You'll all go extinct soon. This was my plan all along. And the cancel white people hashtag. Now, they're trying to say that all of this is taken out of context. She was just responding to trolls, which I showed you two examples. She showed you two examples. And one of them was racist, and it was from an obvious troll account, which is the funniest part. These aren't real people that are going on in their everyday and harassing her. So, to me, that's just so disingenuous when they're trying to portray her as a victim. When it's clear that she enjoyed some of this, she went right down there with them. If you guys can see some of the dates on these tweets, some of them are from back, 2014, 2013, 2015, 2016. And if we go to the New York Times and their response to the criticism of hiring her, that, they hired her because of the exceptional work she has done covering the internet and technology at a range of respected publications, her journalism, and the fact she's a young Asian woman. Because, that's important. You got to have, somebody who's a female and a person of color, of course. And so for a period of time, she responded to harassment, which I guess a period of time to them is for years, because it spans back to 2013. These are some of the earlier tweets that I have seen of this. I mean, who knows? There could be ones that are even. So this is for over about 5 years. This lady has been doing this, 4 or 5 years. This isn't for a time. That's just a complete lie and a way for them to try and downplay why they hired her. So they're trying to say that, this was not real racism. Because, obviously you can't be racist against white people anyway, right? That's the new rules. So, but let's say that you can be racist against white people. They would say that, oh, no. This was just all, her hitting back. And that was it. Because what you're taught as a child is to just stoop to someone's level, right? Because that would make someone a true professional and adult, I guess, in the eyes of the New York Times, which is just hilarious. Now, if we go over to Vox, which is a well-known liberal outlet for media, if you can call it that, they're trying to say that, a lot of what was said here was just the alt-rights has a codified method of rapid-fire dirt digging, where they're just going through someone's history, which is just called research. It's funny they're calling it some rapid-fire dirt digging. Like, they saw that somebody was hired, and they wanted to see what somebody's past was. And in today's day and age, that's not very hard to do. You can go into their account, like they did, and find tweets that obviously she didn't feel bad enough or that it was an issue for her to delete. So that's what's hilarious here. And that they're deep diving into perceived enemies' past and decontextualizing them with their online interactions, because she just has to be a victim here, right? She couldn't be somebody who holds racist views, which she obviously does. And she's trying to say that she was just hitting out at specific people, which those 2 specific people that she tried to say, those 2 accounts that were attacking her, quote unquote, that's just weak. It wasn't even, it was hardly systematic and repeated harassment. I mean, if she has all of these tweets against her, if they're, DMs, if she has the proof, show it. Because all she did was show 2 tweets. That's ridiculous. And they're trying to say that we are the ones who are taking it out of context. No, I'm trying to put it in context for everybody who's listening to me. I'm trying to let you know that this person is a racist, because you can be racist against white people no matter what somebody wants to tell you. Look it up. Go ahead and Google racism. I'm surprised that Google hasn't changed the definition that pops up yet, but thankfully it's still the one that I remember. And for her to just try and act like it was nothing, that's just ridiculous. I mean, Roseanne got fired for something much less than this. She didn't even know the lady that she was targeting was black. And honestly, I didn't either. I mean, look at a picture of that lady. It's ridiculous. But here she is here. Here's a picture of her. This is a BBC News article, which is something that I go to for a lot for keeping things in context. I like to read both sides. And this used to actually say the New York Times has defended a member of its editorial board who wrote inflammatory tweets. When I first read it, it said racist right here. They changed that word. They changed it to inflammatory because, you could bet that if it was a white person saying something similar to this, that they would not. They would keep it as a racist, but I bet they received a backlash from some of the people that they know in other media outlets or perhaps in just the BBC News themselves. They're very liberal. So they received a backlash. They also put this in quotes. This used to be, this used to just have it by itself. So for them to just go back and try and act like this isn't something bigger than it is just completely a lie and disingenuous. And they also had a link to some of these racist tweets in here too, an earlier publishing of this by the BBC. So this is all of them trying to go back, cover it up, make sure that it's not viewed as harshly as it has been by the average person who isn't keeping up with this. But I just wanted to break it down, let you know that there is other things going on, that it isn't just she's not a victim, and if she is involved in harassing people herself. So, I mean, I wouldn't call that a victim. That's just hit for hit. So to try and act like this is someone who was unprovoked, that's just a lie. Plain and simple. But alright, everyone, I want to thank you for listening. And if you'd like some new content, please like and subscribe. And as always, I appreciate it.